Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. We're heading towards a government shutdown, but everybody calm down. We'll be okay. The government would not actually be shutting down, just some non-essential services. We've been through the drill over and over again. But despite the alleged bad optics that the Democrats hope to pin on the President of the United States and the Republican Party heading into the midterms, Donald Trump once again has a genius checkmate maneuver that the Democrats are going to really regret if they actually go through and shut this government down. But before we get into that, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. Join us. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Now, the Democratic Party has really lost any sense of composure. They want to shut down the U.S. government over $1.5 trillion in new spending and health insurance for illegal aliens. I mean, I don't get it. Why don't we just pay for health insurance for the entire globe while we're at it? Because what are we, made out of money? I mean, come on, give us a break, Democrats. But one thing that is going to make them regret shutting down the government is something that White House Press Secretary Karen Leavitt said on Monday. She warned that the government would implement mass layoffs in the event of a shutdown, warning that Democrats demanding changes to a continuing resolution would be responsible. She said there will be layoffs if Democrats don't keep the government open. We are nearing a government shutdown, nearing a funding deadline. The president wants to make this deadline. He wants to keep this government open. She said the president is giving Democrat leadership one last chance to be reasonable, to come to the White House and talk about it, and stop trying to get political points against Donald Trump.
Let me be very clear about the president and the White House's position. All we are asking for is a common sense, clean funding resolution, a continuing resolution to keep the government open. This is a bill that keeps the government funded at the exact same levels as today, just adjusted for inflation. So there is zero good reason for the Democrats to vote against this, especially when the Democrats have voted for this 13 previous times as recently as March. And so this is the reasonable and common sense thing to do. The president is giving Democrat leadership one last chance to be reasonable, to come to the White House today to try to talk about this. And now is not the time to try to get political points against Donald Trump. Now is the time to do right by the American people and keep the government funded. Our most vulnerable in our society and our country will be impacted by a government shutdown. Everybody knows this, and that's why Republicans and the president want to keep the government open, and we welcome Democrats to join us in that effort.
Now, House Speaker Mike Johnson also said that this is all about health care for illegal immigrants. And so there was an emergency meeting that is being held on Tuesday to negotiate a deal that would avert the shutdown. And he also blamed Chuck Schumer for wanting to give health care to illegal aliens. So the radical Democrats, they're threatening to shut down the government if they do not get a nearly $1.5 trillion wish list of demands in a short-term funding deal. They're holding the government hostage to try to get their left-wing agenda items back because, let's face it, Donald Trump has been very effective in cutting out the slush funds of the Democratic Party by himself, and the Republicans in the House, they can still go much further than they have already. They can really start defunding a lot of these dirty projects that the Democrats have in place to try to get kickbacks, to try to maintain themselves in office. Thank you for watching Explain America. Please weigh in with your comments. What do you think about this government shutdown? Are you afraid of it? I know I'm not.